9/11 was an inside job. So 23 years ago, America was attacked, and here we are all these years later calling it an inside job. So whether or not you believe it's an inside job, I think it's fair to say that the energy of it has kind of subsided. If you called it an inside job, oh my goodness, were people mad at you. It was like they thought you were the terrorist. And you were saying, no, I think the government has something to do with it. And I think the government wants it. And that has definitely subsided. Like you're allowed to question it a little bit more. JFK, for instance, I don't know much about it, but most people go, dude, yeah, I don't believe the official story. There seems to be more to government than meets the eye. We know it now as the deep state. Yeah, they seem to want to consolidate power to a one world system. Alexis Huxley, who wrote a book called The Brave New World, he said that in the future, there will be technocracies, and it will be a lot like his book, The Brave New World, where people will want to accept their servitude, accept their slavery. And that's exactly what you have going on. But it's been going on since the beginning. Since 9/11, people were like emotionally not wanting to question their government. And I don't know exactly how much government planned 9/11. The motive's definitely there, and the story doesn't make sense. And yeah, there's a lot of indications that would suggest that the government had more than we even think. They used pre-made tapes from the Pentagon in the news. So Tower 7 was still right behind a lady's shoulder as she was saying it had collapsed. Well, they made a video saying it had collapsed, and it was still up right behind her shoulder when she was reading the news. And George Bush was like, yeah, we use pre-made tapes. They're called VNRs. He said it's the position of the Justice Department to do so. And they've been doing it since World War II. That's crazy. That's state-sponsored news. And the press were questioning it. And then all of a sudden, nope, it was, don't question 9/11. And it became like scrutinized. You were like a bad person if you question the events at 9/11. And then for some conspiracy theorists, they started like researching how it would happen. How could everybody be in on it? And there's this secret government that goes on. There's these secret societies. And it takes you all the way to flat Earth, hiding the shape of the Earth. The UN uses this map here as their logo. And this is the projected onto a plane map. This is the flat Earth map. And then there's some people that don't join, flat Earth. I'm not the biggest 9/11 truther. I don't know all the ways government was involved in it. Some people think it was completely staged, like the planes never hit the buildings. I don't know too much about that. I see videos of the plane hitting the building with people looking up like live. I think, I don't know. I think that's a stretch. But then I come back and I say, well, NASA fakes everything and all those videos are fake. The 9/11 truther goes, well, why can't you think this is fake? Yeah, I guess you're right. But I would like a little more to go on that. I'm going to get grilled by my coworkers at work if I say no planes hit the building. They're going to show me that video. You told me that was made in a studio? It's possible. I don't know. I'm saying the space stuff is made in a studio. Even the 9/11 truther goes, yeah, that's a little hard for me to handle. And I go, well, go outside and see the water. Go outside and see the horizon line. Go outside and watch a sunset and see if you feel this earth to be spinning. You don't need the government to admit they did anything, and you don't need to catch them in a lie to understand that they're faking those pictures. And they're faking those pictures so we're emotionally connected to their system. You get out of this one and you break free from all of them. I'm not mad at the 9/11 truther at all. He could be right. I just think, I need more to go off of because I'm not gonna win that argument. It's not about winning an argument. It is about belief. But even the 9/11 truther can't accept that the earth is flat. There's a lot of people that got into 9/11 truth and then they got into fighting politics and they still believe in the universe and they're still hooked up to the one world system. They're fighting the new world order, but they're connected to the one world order, and the one world order is the universe. That's all it is. And I don't know. I don't know why they can't disconnect their spirit from it. Maybe it's because, they made a lot of money. They became really famous. They became rich. And they seem to be kind of supporting the wars. I know they're against them. I know they say they're against them. But They trade in their money. They do not try to make a new trading system. They don't own farms. They don't own commerce. They don't own distribution. They don't own anything. They just own television channels that are distributed by the big bank. They seem to be pushing nuclear war by saying, oh, nukes are going to happen. Nukes are going to happen. They've been saying that for my whole life. Drop the nuke on my head already, man. Those things are fake, and they can't see it because they're emotionally connected to the universe. So, yeah, 23 years later, we're still here yelling at the government, and I don't think it's till you disconnect from the planet that you're truly free, and you'll truly see how you're emotionally connected to it. But even when you do that, sometimes you'll still be connected to it. I don't know. I don't know exactly what happened on 9/11. I think it was highly staged. But yeah, people died, and it was horrific. Don't get me wrong there. People get mad, and they act like the 9/11 truthers were the ones out there killing people. No, it was the government's incompetence. And then, I don't know exactly what happened, but 3,000 people died, and then another 3,000 people died, and still so every day through cancer and stuff. So absolutely horrific. But the problem still persists because we give in to fear. And it isn't until you break out of the universe that you'll be truly free. But then you got to grow your own garden, and you have to distribute your time with people that are willing to do so too. And until we do that, we will be enslaved by the people that staged 9/11.